the Rangers announced Josh Jung did have left shoulder surgery, or needs it. I can't remember which one it was right now.
He had it yesterday.
He had it yesterday, and he's done for the season. Now, maybe he can play fall baseball or winter ball, but they'll probably be very careful on that. They might just have him kind of be an instructional league and really watch his workload, because if you do send him to the Dominican Republic or Mexico or something like that, you don't have as much control over what he is and isn't doing, because those games are meant for winning. You get more money for winning. They're trying to win the Caribbean World Series. It's not a place where you can just be like, hey, give him an at-bat here and there and we'll control and dictate everything. So it might be more he goes to instructional ball in October, November, and get some reps in there. But I look at this as so unfortunate for the Rangers, because I don't think he'll be a major leaguer till possibly 2024 now, because he's going to miss all of 2022. Wow. He missed half of 2021. He didn't play at all in 2020 because of COVID. You can't do it. It's impossible to be like, hey, how much baseball have you played in the last 3 years? Well, I've played about a whole season total and haven't played for over a year. You have to get reps in. That's why baseball is such a repetitive sport. He needs 2023 will probably be him being the whole time in Frisco or in Round Rock. Maybe he's a September call-up type of deal, but that's a different thing altogether now. It's not like you can call up 5 to 7 guys. You just can call up 1 or 2 extra guys now in September. So realistically, looking at this, because of his lack of experience of playing professional baseball, he's probably going to spend all of 2023 in the minor leagues playing third base, I assume. And maybe because it's not his throwing shoulder, but maybe you start moving him to first base if you think offensively he can produce there, and go, we have to limit this guy's ability to get hurt, because he has right now, unfortunately, a very good chance of getting hurt when you look at his early history of professional baseball. So I hate it for him. I think Isiah Kiner-Falefa is your everyday third baseman as of right now. I don't know if that will keep up, and as somebody pointed out on Twitter, he's a 670 OPS. That's below average for major league standards, and it's well below average for a third base is a offensive position. You need to play a defense, and he's a good defensive third baseman. But offensively, you would like your third baseman to be 20-plus home runs and be closer to an 800 OPS guy.
I was just about to ask you, does his defensive prowess and the offensive signings that you made make that any easier of a decision?
My opinion, he's a good defensive third baseman. He's not close to Adrian Beltre.
Okay.
Right? I mean, he won the Gold Glove because it was 60 games and Chapman was hurt, and I mean, it was a lot of things had to go his way to become the Gold Glove third baseman, and he did. He earned it. He got it. There's nothing he could do about Chapman getting hurt in Oakland, and because he's by far the best defensive third baseman in the American League, or just where we were in a 60-game season. He is a good defensive third baseman, but he, in today's game, third basemen are an offensive producing position. And I hear what you're saying, because Semien is one of the best, if not the best, offensive second baseman. You look at Seager, and Seager is a good offensive producing shortstop when healthy. But for Kiner-Falefa, when you play, which they won't, but if you play 162 games, you're going to be really going, man, that's a position where we really need a lot more offense. To your point, though, Kevin, if you had a first baseman who popped 50 home runs and 120 RBIs, I can probably get away with, or a catcher. If you had Salvador Perez as your catcher popping 48 home runs, I can get away with a third baseman who hits 5 to 10 home runs, and let's just put it a little bit higher, a 700 OPS. Yeah. But it's one of those things where, and people have also said this, because I said, I don't know if you want to trade Isiah Kiner-Falefa now because of Josh Jung being out for this whole season coming up, and he was supposed to be your third baseman. Make no mistake, the Rangers' plans were, if it wasn't to start the season, it was going to be pretty quickly that Josh Jung was going to be your everyday third baseman for the 2022 Texas Rangers. But if you do have a deal on the table you like, and the team says, hey, we want Isiah Kiner-Falefa to fill in as our, I think he's an unbelievable fifth infielder in baseball. When you're a championship team, I think Kiner-Falefa is a fifth infielder. What I mean by that is you have your 4 starters, and then he fills in at third, short, and second 3 to 4 times a week. So he's playing quite a bit. I would have him playing quite a bit, and this gives my guys rest, and he can play defensively all of those positions and play them pretty well. So defensively, you're not losing much, and then offensively, you put him at the bottom of the lineup. He's a good base runner. He can steal bases, and he gives your leadoff hitter an opportunity for RBIs, hopefully in a game, because he's getting on base for that leadoff hitter now to have a bottom of the lineup guy who can run and can score on a single, because nothing against Jose Trevino, nothing against Jonah Heim, nothing against 90% of catchers. When they're on second base and you hit a line drive to center field for a base hit, the third base coach has to put up the stop sign and go, look, I can't send you. Like, you can't score from second base. You're just not fast enough. For Kiner-Falefa, we're sending him home because he's probably going to get a good jump and he's fast enough to score on singles from second base.